Hello, Joshua Schmidt here with Ecclesiastes 9 on our Spiritual Sunday podcast. I'm going to start with verse 1. So I reflected on all this and concluded that the righteous and the wise and what they do are in God's hands, but no man knows whether love or hate awaits him. All share a common destiny, the righteous and the wicked, the good and the bad, the clean and the unclean, those who offer sacrifices and those who don't. As it is with the good man, so with the sinner. As it is with those who take oaths, so with those who are afraid to take them. This is the evil in everything that happens under the sun. The same destiny overtakes all. The hearts of men, moreover, are full of evil, and there is madness in their hearts while they live, and afterwards they join the dead. So really, he starts out this talking about how there's a common destiny for everyone. Whether you're righteous or not, whether you tell lies or make oaths that you keep, everyone has the same destiny. And for me, that's kind of a freeing feeling to just feel like everyone's going to reach the same place, so you might as well just make the time that you have on earth because it doesn't really matter. Verse 4, we're going to go into this more. Anyone who is among the living has hope. Even a live dog is better off than a dead lion. For the living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing. They have no further reward, and even the memory of them is forgotten. Their love, their hate, and their jealousy have long since vanished. Never again will they have a part in anything that happens under the sun. So here he goes into sort of the direction I was going at the first 3 verses, is that we all know we're going to end up in the same place, so use the time that you have here. Use your time on earth, even if we know it's towards meaningless things, use it to make the most out of the time that you got, because it's short and we're all going to end up in the same place anyway. Verse 7, Go eat your food with gladness and drink your wine with a joyful heart, for it is now that God favors what you do. Always be clothed in white, and always anoint your head with oil. Enjoy life with your wife, whom you love, all the days of this meaningless life that God has given you under the sun, all your meaningless days. For this is your lot in life, and your toilsome labor under the sun. So, even though your time here is meaningless, enjoy it. Take pleasure in what you do. Whatever your work is, do it to your fullest. Whatever fun you're trying to have, do it to its fullest. We're all going to end up in the same place, so really just take as much life as you can out of life. Verse 10, Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might, for in the grave, where you are going, there is neither working, nor planning, nor knowledge, nor wisdom. So all of these things you're going to lose once you're in the grave, all of this time that you have, and you see this on people's deathbeds all the time, where they're talking about the regrets that they have, the stuff that they didn't do. So really just go out there and do your work to the fullest. You're going into work every day, and just take that time to just live your life. Verse 11, I have seen something else under the sun. The race is not to the swift, or the battle to the strong, nor does food come to the wise, or wealth to the brilliant, or favor to the learned, but time and chance happen to them all. I think this is a confirmation. God's letting us know chance and circumstances are real. It's not necessarily, you didn't necessarily lose because you're worse off than the other person. Sometimes it just comes down to chance, and it's just the randomness of life that's going to be happening to you. Verse 12, Moreover, no man knows when his hour will come. As fish are caught in a cruel net, or birds are taken in a snare, so men are trapped by evil times that fall unexpectedly upon them. Again, he's reminding us you never know when it's going to be over. This is your reason why, even though chance is real, go and live your life. Go and enjoy this stuff that, even though it's meaningless. Verse 13, I also saw under the sun this example of wisdom that greatly impressed me. There was once a small city with only a few people in it, and a powerful king came against it, surrounded it, and built huge siege works against it. So at this point, things are looking grim for this city. And then in verse 15, now there lived in that city a man poor but wise, and he saved the city by his wisdom. Solomon is really a big fan of wisdom. He's a writer here, and he's showing an example that even though somebody might be stronger than you, you can outsmart them. And we're going into verse 15b. But nobody remembered that poor man. So I said, wisdom is better than strength. But the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are no longer heeded. So even though this guy just saved this whole town, they end up not remembering them. So he lived his life to the fullest by helping his town, but it's all meaningless in the end. Like, it went and it withered away. He had like his time to shine. Verse 17. The quiet words of the wise are more to be heeded than the shouts of a ruler of fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroys much good. Just another reminder that the person who's talking a lot might just be out there showboating and really not know what he's talking about. Usually somebody who's wise just says a few words, and then one sinner destroys much good. You can live your whole life doing a lot of good, and you can just ruin that all being that one sinner that will destroy everything. Or if we go back and look a few chapters ago, they talked about storing up everything and then leaving it to the next generation where that one sinner can just frither it all away. So that's the end of our chapter here today. If you want to continue the conversation, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or LinkedIn at the Nerd Assassin. Thanks, and have a nice rest of your day.